You are now listening to the Fast Food Podcast.
Let's go into the pop culture world just for a second and we'll talk about a few hot topics. One is WhatsApp. You heard about WhatsApp?
Talk to me, man.
So basically some new privacy laws have been put into place, new terms and conditions for your privacy regarding messaging, videos, etc., etc. And you notice over the last month, obviously, word has come out that WhatsApp are violating certain laws regarding privacy.
Yeah.
And one thing that was weird about it is I was looking into it, and while I was looking into it, my brother Teeks goes, "Bro, have you used Telegram?" And I was like, "No, I use Telegram." He goes, "Go over there because I kind of tend to do more of my business stuff over there."
Right.
So I've got to speak to him about it because I'm wondering if he did that because of what's going on now, which a lot of people are doing to move into, including Signal, or was it just he just found another messaging service that he wanted to correspond with his business people on. So anyway.
Do you want the facts?
Yeah, we're going to get into that. So those who don't know or do know, there was information that came out regarding WhatsApp and their privacy laws. You are in outside of Europe, I believe you are unable to opt out of your data being shared amongst Facebook and Instagram, which is which is one whole family. Drizzy, talk to me.
All right, so what would happen is if you go to access your WhatsApp, there would be a notification that comes up on your screen to say, do you need to accept these terms and conditions, right? As human beings,
What, from February
8th,
right?
As human beings, no one's got time. I'm sure someone gets paid to read the terms and conditions, but as human beings, we don't care. We just keep moving. Yeah. So they was like, you need to accept these terms now, or by the 8th of February, it's automatically going to be accepted for you. You can't use the service without accepting the terms, right?
Right.
So over the first 3 weeks of January, Signal gained. That's another version, a rival version to WhatsApp. Signal gained 7.5 million users. Okay. Telegram and counting. Telegram earned 25 million. WhatsApp was the 8th most downloaded app in the UK. Right. It dropped down to the 23rd by the 12th of January because of all of this, right? Right. Signal wasn't even in the top 1,000 apps in the UK.
Right.
January 6th. By January 9th, it's the most downloaded in the country.
Right.
Okay. So Nima Sweeney, who's the WhatsApp director of public policy for Europe and the Middle East and Africa, she said that she wanted to make it clear. They wanted to make clarifications and provide greater transparency around the company's pre-existing policies. There are no changes to our data state sharing with Facebook anywhere in the world, Sweeney says. She claimed that the privacy policy, instead gave the service the right to read users' messages and hand the information over to parent company Facebook.
Right.
We want to be clear that the policy update does not affect the privacy of your messages with friends or family in any way.
That's what I heard.
WhatsApp said in an update posted to its sites, which is paying to advertise on Google under searches for WhatsApp privacy policy. So all leaps and bounds, right? So basically, what I would suggest is activate the end-to-end encryption on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is saying they're not gonna share your information to Facebook. It's more targeted at businesses.
Yeah, advertising.
Right. So they're saying that by default, every chat except
So
those
make
between
it clear.
users and large businesses.
Make it clear that it's got nothing to do with privacy with
Or transactions. and
videos or voice notes or anything that you send privately to a friend. WhatsApp still don't share that information. They won't share that information.
Right.
Basically what it's based on is the information that's shared between WhatsApp and Facebook. Now, I heard, just through doing a little bit of research, is that the privacy laws are different here in the EU to outside of the EU. Because when I was doing research on it, there's a lot of information coming from overseas, like India and America and places like that, where I'm not sure about America, but in certain places, basically you can't opt out. Here, the laws are different. You can opt out of sharing. Now, what also the information I got was that it's the problem that we're having, the uproar in people wanting to bounce from WhatsApp to other messaging sources is the metadata. So the metadata is the information like how long I spoke to you for, when I made a call.
Makes sense.
What that metadata,
Yeah.
that is the information that the authority and the government get hold of.
Yeah. They
Still get hold of that.
Yeah.
But what it is with backing up, when they back up that information, it's not encrypted.
Got it?
So everything on WhatsApp end to end is encrypted.
Yeah.
Metadata
It's not.
is what a government can access if they need to find your ass. That's why when people go, oh, I don't want to be on WhatsApp, but you're still on Facebook and you're still on Instagram. That's
Well,
just,
here's
It's
the funny-
covering your face is not going to stop them holding
Here's the
you.
funny
holding
thing.
your ass.
So WhatsApp, they obviously know they dropped the ball in regards to how they presented the whole T's and C's update, right?
Yeah.
So instead of being
Huge.
February the 8th, they pushed it back to May 15th. That's
Really?
a very big jump back,
Really?
right? But I
So that
think
they
that's
can
to do two
reassess this
things.
shit.
Obviously,
Of course.
dropping the ball, and obviously they're paying attention to the telegrams and the signals of the world,
Yep.
just shooting up in regards to users, right? Now, what you really, if we're gonna really break it down to the simplest form possible, Facebook Messenger is far more dangerous right now than WhatsApp. 'Cause here's why. Facebook Messenger, has a feature where Facebook admit to scanning messages on Messenger.
Right.
So if us three are communicating with each other,
Yeah.
myself and Trim are talking about going on holiday, this, that, and the third.
You and Trim are talking about taking your woods out once you get to fucking Hawaii.
Okay, that's not where I was going. Is that where you was going, Trim? No, not at all. But okay, fair enough. All right, we're having a blacked Pornhub party in that case if woods are coming out, whatever. And I'll speak to my guy over there about flipping, anything but that. 'Cause
Right.
This guy's a twisted mind over there. Facebook can scan those messages. So as soon as you go onto your Facebook profile,
Right.
in your news feed, there will be stuff about parties in Hawaii,
Right.
flights to Hawaii,
Yep.
twisted minds,
Right.
therapy, all those things.
Fetishizing.
Fetishizing. That's the name of the podcast.
Fetishizing.
It's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Facebook said they will download files sent between friends or family within the Messenger conversations, its own servers, where it can be analyzed, and website links sent in conversation are also hoovered up by Facebook to try and learn more about your interests, tastes, and what you could be persuaded to buy.
Yeah, that's what they want, isn't it?
So if anything, what you should delete right now is Facebook Messenger, or keep it very basic.
Right.
ABC, communicate Morse code.
Okay, so let's wrap this up because I want to talk about more things. But let's just keep it real. So everybody who's listening, let's just get this clear.
Clear.
You can still keep WhatsApp
Until May 15th.
Till May 15th. You can keep it. The only things that's going to change when you have WhatsApp in this country, I'm talking about UK, is if you don't want things to be shared from WhatsApp to Facebook. That's the situation. But basically, what we're talking about, marketing, you will get marketing. You will be influenced by marketing. If you search for a pair of trainers, or you message somebody and say
Or you
these
say
trainers are
something,
hard,
they hear it.
they will all of a sudden adverts will pop up on your Facebook saying these crepes are hard. I've been bumped like that. I bought a pair of crepes just because of that.
Yeah.
Because I searched
So
it.
does it affect Alexa and them things? Like, that
Alexa,
you do
see,
all
Alexa,
of that
and all,
stuff when you're talking in your yard,
bro. So all right. Let me make another
on your smart TV.
Trim. Let me make this because I feel like there's not enough information about this, or there's no one really talking about it for everybody to understand what's happening. Right. What I suggest you do is, if you're going to not have WhatsApp, don't have Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, it's simple.
So if you're gonna go, I'm busting out from WhatsApp, you can't be on Facebook and Instagram. You're
It's
just
all
gonna,
connected. It's the same thing.
It's the
It's
same
all
bumper
connected.
clock thing, right? 2, if you do want to just escape and you want to get away from all this data sharing information and stuff like that, go to Signal, go to Telegram. The only difference is the problem is with those two services, they are not encrypted. There's
No, Telegram, you have to encrypt it. You have to do it
You
yourself.
physically have to. Do
Like
that.
on WhatsApp,
Alright,
you have to, WhatsApp give you that option as well. So
Yeah.
if you're still debating what you want to do WhatsApp
Right.
until May 15th, at least put the encrypt feature on WhatsApp
Settings, yeah.
in your settings
Uh-huh.
while you're making the decision what you want to do May 15th. If
Right.
you're going to Telegram, just make sure you put it on from the jump.
Yeah.
Signal, I believe they do it automatically, but again, check the settings
Right.
and do it.
But you can still, but the especially Signal, they are more susceptible to be basically being hacked because they're an independent company and they
Who's
still
this?
have Telegram and Signal because they're just not governed. You know, basically,
Then they
WhatsApp,
got it like
they're new, innit? They're new.
that.
WhatsApp is,
been going for years.
yeah, and that's
No,
the
but
thing.
Telegram's been around for years, bro.
Right.
A
I've
friend
been
of mine
using-
said he's been on it since 2012.
I didn't know that.
I've been using Telegram since, let's talk us maybe 2019.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
that
yeah.
long, so
We're just
because
WhatsApp
that-
is just the most
But there are different
advertised.
Yeah, and the
you know what I mean?
features on WhatsApp are good.
Yeah, but Telegram's apparently has got better features than WhatsApp's.
Right. Okay.
So
So again, we just again do your research, go look into it, and then you can understand. But all I would suggest is if you're going to stay on WhatsApp, just make sure that you know what you're doing, and at the same time, I don't think it's going to change much. I think a lot of people will still stay on WhatsApp.
a lot of people eventually they're just gonna go back to it because they're
I
not
think
gonna
people.
care.
I think people are going to stay on WhatsApp because there's
Gravitate
nothing really
to it.
crazy. And I think, do you know what?
You don't get statuses.
Before
like,
we
even
move
like
on,
the
Trim.
statuses. Yeah,
Before we
sorry,
move
go
on, Trim. Right?
Yeah.
You know what gets me is when man go, oh, rare, I'm not gonna do track and trace, and I'm not gonna do this and that. And I'm not thinking, rare, bro. Well, they track you anyway. Like, if they wanna,
get
if the
tracked.
government wanna find you and you've got a smartphone, forget about what apps you got. You get me? If you're doing criminal shit, don't have a phone. Basically, don't like. There's no.
And if you don't want to be,
There's no
part
thin
of
line with
Babylon
it. There's no
system,
thin line with it. They'll catch you. And the people, man will go. Oh, I haven't got WhatsApp, so I'm not gonna get caught.
Doesn't mean
bruv,
nothing.
they're the
Dumbo.
same guys on
Have you
Facebook
got
doing the
ha-
Buss It
ha-
challenge.
Have you got a debit card?
Yeah, basically.
Have you got a debit card with your name on it? Shut
You know
up.
what I mean? All right, we quickly move on to Ashanti